Luka is one of the best players in the NBA right now. Not only is Luka very good, but so is Trey Young, the man that was traded for him back in the 2018 draft. Now, if you've watched any 2K video in the last year and a half, you will know that Luka is absolutely overpowered in MyNBA. If you loaded up the current day modern era in MyNBA, then Luka would probably win MVP with a 40-point triple-double. Trey Young is pretty good too. He doesn't win a lot of MVPs, but I did put him in this draft class, which I haven't even announced what this video is. Today, we are putting Trey Young and Luka in the Michael Jordan draft to basically see if these two players would be any good back then. Also, negative 14 years old Robert Williams is here. Why, may you ask? Well, he's a part of the 2018 draft class, and I kind of felt like he would fit. There were going to be other players from the 2018 draft class. I was going to put Mo Bamba and Kevin Knox and some meme players from that draft class, Marvin Bagley, but yeah, I couldn't find any of them, and I didn't feel like going and getting their own player DNA just for this video. So we got Trey Young, Luka, and Robert Williams is here. I'm gonna go make sure he's not negative 14 years of age real quick, simulate the first season, and I'll see you when we find out where they get drafted and all that. Larry is your MVP, Ralph is your rookie, Sixth Man of the Year goes to Kevin McHale, and Larry Bird won Defensive Player of the Year, which I've never seen. I've done 3 or 4 simulations starting in this era, and I've never seen Larry Bird win Defensive Player of the Year once. Sleepy Floyd is your most improved player, and Richard Terry is Coach of the Year. He looks very, very old. I'm not going to go over the first teams or the All-NBA teams. We're just going to go ahead, simulate playoffs so we can get Luka and Trey in the league. I feel kind of like a madman putting Luka and Trey into the league willingly, mainly because I hate seeing Luka in this game. Larry Bird, your finals MVP. What a good season for him. I am not a fan of Luka, mainly because he's really good in 2K, and he hits a lot. Oh my god, no way he goes. Even in 1984, we might see Luka get drafted to the Mavericks. Now, I doubt he's going to go first since Michael Jordan is still in this draft, but it's very possible, and who knows, maybe Trey Young falls all the way to the 9th pick. I doubt that one, though. Dallas Mavericks, who are you drafting? Oh, you take Hakeem. Hakeem goes number 1, and Luka goes number 2 to the Washington Bullets. I like the Bullets, man. I kind of wish they were still the Bullets. I do think that the Wizards is a dumb name. The logo isn't even a wizard. I'm pretty sure it's the Washington Monument. Charles Barkley goes to the Clippers. Great. Michael Jordan goes to the Kings. That means that Trey Young is going to the New Jersey Nets, and the Clippers take Time Lord. That's pretty much all we need to know. The Rockets, the Bulls, and the Hawks were like 3 spots away from drafting players they actually drafted in real life. So it took me a second to notice this, but Charles Barkley, you know, he got drafted to the Clippers, but so did Rob Will. Now we are going to see Time Lord and Donut Lord be the greatest duo in all NBA history. I know Charles Barkley's not actually called Donut Lord. I just was making a joke. I'm sorry, Charles. This Clippers team is going to be really good. Trey Young and all of his friends over in New Jersey, they're all right. And Luka's team isn't the greatest, but it's honestly kind of similar to his team currently, except he's not the best player in this universe. Larry Legend wins back-to-back MVPs. Hakeem is your Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year goes to John Lucas. Hakeem also won Defensive Player of the Year. And then Rodney is your most improved. I don't know who you are, Rod. Call me a casual. But I don't know you. Both Luka and Trey Young made the all-rookie first team. Luka only averaged 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal, which is good. That's completely fine. He's a rookie. We don't need him to be overpowered yet. Trey Young averaged a solid 20 and 6, and Robert Williams isn't here for anything, but then again, this video is more about Luka and Trey Young than it is Robert Williams. Although I guess it does not matter because Robert Williams is the first seed in the Western Conference. Now, Robert is either injured or coming off the bench for Bill Walton. Both would make sense, but in the first round, the Clippers are taking Don MJ. Over here on the Eastern Conference, I didn't even mention it, Washington is your 7th seed, and New Jersey is your 8th seed, so both players most likely not getting out of the first round. They're the 2 worst seeds in the Eastern Conference. Both lose in 4. Trey Young had 20 in Game 4, and Luka almost had a 30-point triple-double in Game 4, so I guess he didn't go out like a scrub. By the way, here are Robert Williams' numbers on the season: 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks. He had an okay season, not an amazing season, but he did move on to the second round. He'll probably move on to the conference finals. Hey man, listen, I know Robert Williams isn't starting, and he's not a star, and he's not that great, but he's beaten both Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and if he moves on to the finals, he's going to beat Hakeem as well. They are playing the Detroit Pistons, who beat Washington in the first round. They take a 2-0 lead, a 3-0 lead, and they sweep the finals. In the very first season of the video, the Los Angeles Clippers are your NBA champions. Charles Barkley is your finals MVP, and Robert Williams, out of all the players, is the first dude to get a title. You know, the nickname kind of fits him. He went back in time all the way to 84, and he was still a really good player. Well, we are in the Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird era because Magic is your regular season MVP. 23 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists, and 2 steals. Almost a block as well. And Rookie of the Year goes to Patrick Ewing. And Michael Jordan is your most improved, going from 24 points to 29 points. I would say that's, yeah, that's definitely an improvement, but it's also MJ. Luka, by nobody's surprise, is the first player out of the 3 joining this league that makes an All-NBA team this year. He makes All-NBA third team, averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. Robert Williams makes playoffs once again as the first seed. Washington is the first seed, and New Jersey is nowhere to be found. Trey Young actually broke his ankle this season, apparently. He averaged 21 points and 5 assists along with a steal, shooting 44 from 3, but he broke his ankle and got injured, so his team didn't do very good. Washington wins game 1 against New York. I'm actually going to simulate on this side because then it simulates both at the same time. Clippers are tied, their series right there. Washington sweeps. Clippers end up going on to the second round as well. Round 2, we got Lakers, Clippers, and we got Hawks and the Bullets. I saw the Washington and almost called them the Wizards again, although I literally talked about how much I hate the Wizards name. The Clippers move on to the second round. Washington is up 3-1, so they move on as well. Washington is up 2-0 against Detroit, make that 3-0, and now they sweep. Clippers, they're also going to sweep, and we get our first finals matchup between 2 of our players. Robert Williams is still not starting. Obviously, their best player is Charles Barkley, so really it's Luka versus Charles Barkley and Terry Cummings. Terry Cummings is there. He's pretty good. Game 1 goes to the Clippers. Game 2 goes to the Clippers. Game 3 goes to the Clippers. Game 4 goes to the Clippers, and the Clippers win their back-to-back title. Charles Barkley is your finals MVP, averaging 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Robert Williams had a much better regular season, 11 points and 7 rebounds, but he's just not going to start over Bill Walton. They love Bill too much in 2K. Who doesn't love Bill, though? You know, Bill Walton, the basketball player. That's totally not a reference to CP the dog. Shout out my guy. Magic Johnson wins your MVP, averaging 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 11 assists. Mark Price is your Rookie of the Year. Xavier McDaniel is your 6th man. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Hakeem, and Rob Williams. That's right, man. Robert Williams, your most improved player this year, averaging 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist with 2 blocks a game. Luka is on the All-NBA first team. He's finally here to scare everyone away from the NBA. 22 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Trey Young didn't make any NBA teams, and neither did Robert Williams, which is not a surprise, but Rob Will also won most improved. He is the 6th seed, though. They fell off, but I guess they didn't fall off too hard because he's the only person in playoffs. I don't know how Robert Williams ended up being the best player. Okay, they're gone. Never mind. See you next season. Bill Laimbeer won your finals MVP, the Prince of Darkness, as some may call him. 20 points, 12 rebounds. That's a monster. How did Isaiah Thomas not win it? I don't know. They also have Clyde Drexler and Kelly Tribeca. Yeah, no, that team's really scary. I don't know if you guys got Texas Roadhouse restaurants where you're from, but they just came out with cinnamon butter candles. Now, the rolls and cinnamon butter at Texas Roadhouse might be the greatest thing in all of restaurant eatery, but why are you making it a candle? I don't know. I don't understand. Candles are cool. I love candles. I don't know if I want to get a cinnamon butter candle. I might. Honestly, I might. See, that's more like it. Luka is your MVP. 30 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and almost a block while shooting 60, 90, 50. David Robinson is your Rookie of the Year. He's now teamed up with MJ, by the way. I forgot to mention that. And Wang Tribeca, the Big Wang, 71 and 11. You love to see big wangs. I know you do. Pause. Luka, first team. He won MVP, so that's really not a surprise. Trey Young did not make any All-NBA teams. He didn't even... Oh, no, he did make the playoffs this year, and he's playing Luka in the first round. Trey Young, Otis, Albert King taking on, well, just Luka. Luka brought a team with all 70 overalls. Luka's actually God. How is he in the playoffs with this bad of a team? He is the 3rd seed, and that team is garbage. I don't understand what 2K did. I don't know why Ronnie 2K has a crush on Luka or whoever works on MyNBA, but he's actually a god in this game. Now, we do have a Game 7, or technically a Game 5, but back then this is the same thing as a Game 7, and no way Luka is gonna go ahead and beat Trey Young. I mean, he did win MVP, but that team is so bad. This team should not win absolutely anything. It's really close. It is a 3-point game with 50 seconds. We're gonna jump in. I will prepare you, though. It's gonna have the era filter on because I forgot to turn it off, because usually I don't know. I forgot to turn it off. Either way, here we go. Oh, man. Oh, this is awful. Oh, I wish that, like, there's no setting to turn it off right here, and we've already simcasted far enough, so here we go. I pray for your eyes. It is New Jersey's ball, and they also have Trey Young, who just called another timeout. Dude, you can shoot. So this New Jersey team has Del Curry off the bench, so they are not short of shooters, but there's 50 seconds left, so you don't have to force a three. Just play smart. Trey Young, just get a bucket here. Maybe let your teammate pass the ball. Oh my God, I thought they weren't going to pass the ball in. Trey Young, top of the key, doing some dribble moves, looking to get by him, driving to the rack. Nice little in and out. Green bean layup falls to the ground. They're going to replay it for us. Oh my, look at that in and out. Nice little floater. Luka, you're up one. Just hold the ball for a couple of seconds, then get a good bucket. Put them in a position where it's going to be hard for them to come back and tie the game. He takes a layup. It's a 3-point game. Watching Trey Young and Luka battle in the 80s is kind of cool. I mean, they haven't yet played against each other. Why did you pass the ball and then call another timeout? What is like? All right, New Jersey's coach is on crack cocaine. I don't know what they're doing. They literally pass in the ball and call a timeout. Last time, it took him 30 seconds to throw the ball in. So is it going to do it again? No. Trey Young's going to go all the way on the other side of the court. Another timeout? Dude, what do you just took it? What are they doing? Do you have unlimited timeouts in this era? Why did they call another timeout? All right, fourth time is the charm. Trey Young, can you actually try to get a playoff without them calling another timeout on you? Down low, he's going to go to the middle, size up. What do you do? Oh, he's going for a lay. Spin, jumper, pull up. It's good. It goes in. You see this? You see these two? They're fraternizing. They're hanging out. Look at them. Trey Young and Luka, best friends in an alternate reality. How sweet. Not only are they opponents, but they're secret lovers. That's right. Welcome to a new storyline in this video. Yep, it's my video, so I make the stories. I get to come up with whatever I want. Trey Young, Luka, they're in love. Nate McMillan is at the line. He makes his first free throw. He's probably going to make his second because, you know, free throws are hard. Oh, I always say that, and then they miss. So, hey, they're only down 2. Trey Young, all you got to do is make a simple shot like you have the last couple possessions, and you might go into overtime. Trey Young and Luka, the winner of the series, gets to choose the decor in their home, and it looks like Luka is going to be hanging the Slovenian flag all over their bedroom because he's winning this game. Well, I assume he's going to win this game because, yeah, he's at the free throw. He nailed it. We don't need to watch anymore. Simcast, Trey Young, I'm so very sorry that you can't have lollipops all over your room because that's what your hair looks like. If, you know, like when, I know everyone's seen the meme, Trey Young's hair kind of looks like when you drop a lollipop in a bunch of dog hair. D-Rob and Michael Jordan actually upset the Clippers in the first round. Robert Williams isn't winning a championship this year. He already has 2, though, so I think he's fine. He has the lead over every other player, and the 76ers are up 3-1 against Luka. Luka's going to come back, though, because he's Luka. He's built different. We're in the second round, so Game 7s now exist. Can the Bullets take down the 76ers, who I don't know who they have. Obviously, it's way too early for AI. Charles Barkley is on the Clippers, and the Bullets, it don't matter who's on the Sixers because they beat the Sixers. Old man Moses Malone is not enough for Luka's 26-point triple-double. Once again, they are matched with the Detroit Pistons. This team is really good, and they tie up the series. Washington goes up 3-2 and goes up 4-2, go to the finals. Luka is in the finals. His teammates are all 80 overalls. I don't know how he's done it, but now he has to go up against Hakeem. Not only does this Mavericks team have Hakeem, they also have Karl Malone and Mark Aguirre, who Mark Aguirre is really good in simulation. Obviously, he's not the greatest player of all time in real life, but in this game, he is OP, and they're going to go ahead and sweep Luka. Luka gets embarrassed by the team he plays for in real life, gets swept, and Karl Malone is their finals MVP. That is a terrifying sight to look at, by the way. Luka, I can't believe you just lost to Karl Malone. Luka is your MVP. 30 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block. And a rookie of the year is Rick Smits. Terry Porter is your 6th man. Defensive player of the year goes to Hakeem, who averaged 3 blocks this season. Otis Thorpe is your most improved, and coach of the year, once again, is the Big Wang. Luka makes All-NBA first team. Good for him, but no Trey Young or Rob Will once again. This year, though, Trey Young is the 5th seed, Luka is the 6th seed, and the Clippers are the 4th seed. I forgot to look at his stats last year, but this year, Rob Williams averaged 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Having still really good career, he has a really great field goal percentage. Trey Young averaged 23 points and 6 assists this year. Round 1, I'm going to predict that every team... Okay, never mind. Luka didn't get out of the first round. How do you go from the finals to losing... Oh, you played Boston. That's why. Clippers versus NBA champs. New Jersey versus the Hawks. Wait a minute. Trey Young's playing his former team as well, just like Luka did in the finals. And so far, he's doing pretty good. He's up 2-1. I jinxed it, though. I really did. Oh, no, never mind. mind. 3-2. It is a game 7. Can Trey Young take down the team that he plays for in real life, or with the Atlanta Hawks? I believe they're the first seed, so I assume they should. Oh yeah, this game is red. Look at that. A 32-point game right now. There's no way that Trey Young comes back. Safe to say he's been eliminated. Now the Clippers are still alive. Robert Williams is still here. They're going up against the Lakers. Magic Johnson, he's still on that team. And the Clippers, though, they don't care about Magic Johnson. They don't care about Showtime. They are up, and now they are in the finals. Boston Celtics versus the Clippers. Can the Clippers win their 3rd title in the simulation, or will the Boston Dynasty? Nope, Boston Dynasty don't exist. There is no such thing as a Boston Dynasty in this universe and in this world. Robert Williams wins your finals MVP. 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks. And I just realized that he's only 18 years old. I guess they don't call him the Time Lord for nothing, because he's been in the NBA for 5 years and still hasn't had a birthday. Luka and Trey Young are both 24. Time Lord actually is being Time Lord and making sure he doesn't age. Well, guess what? I'm stronger than you, Time Lord. I am God, and you are now 24 years old. Oh, hey, Michael, I forgot you existed. You've been kind of MIA for the last couple of years. Gambling really got a hold on you, but this year he's an MVP with 34 points a game. I'm kind of shocked he didn't win MVP. By the way, this is his best season so far. 32 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists with 2 steals and a block. His shooting splits were great. He probably should have won MVP. On the All-NBA second team, you're probably confused on why you're looking at a white dude with a pink mohawk right now. This is Ransom. He was drafted with the 5th pick in the 1986 draft, and he's actually a channel member. Now, I try to mention this in every single video, but if you want to be a part of these videos, join the Discord or comment down below the simple stuff on what makes an NBA player, like your height, your weight, your position, what you want your player to look like, and a player comparison. Ransom here. This is his first appearance in a video. Congrats to Ransom. It is his 4th year, and he makes an All-NBA second team. Trey Young doesn't make the playoffs this year. Robert Williams does. Trey Young had an alright season with 22 points and 7 assists a game. Obviously, that's not amazing. It's not All-NBA level. It's not MVP level. But then again, his team is really rough. It's just him and a young Glenn Rice. Luka is the 7th seed here against Boston. The Clippers, they're the 4th seed. They're going up against Minnesota. Luka gets swept in the first round by Boston, but the Clippers, they move on to the second round. Now they're going up against Utah, who takes game 1, but the Clippers take game 2. They take game 3, and they also do not take game 4, but they take... Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. Utah is up. We got a game 7, boys. Utah Jazz, Los Angeles Clippers, Robert Williams, NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP. Can he, you know, come back and beat the Jazz in the 7-game series? Are he? That's not the right word. And I think because I said are he instead of is he going back to the finals, I think I cursed them. Rob Williams, 25 points, 9 rebounds, but Scottie Pippen dropped 40 on his head. All of our guys are eliminated. The Rockets actually end up going to the finals, and they sweep and win a title. Ransom, your finals MVP. This year, David Robinson is your MVP, 6th man of the year. All these players, they don't really matter. Look at that. Hakeem, wow, you won defensive player again. Well, Ransom left the Houston Rockets after winning a championship to go play for Detroit and averaged 33 points. Good for him. Luka's numbers dropped quite a bit this season. He made the All-NBA second team, so he's not awful, but 24 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. That's just not Luka numbers. Well, it is Luka numbers, but it's weak Luka numbers. He should be putting up more than that. Once again, no Trey Young, but he is the first seed. Trey Young finally does something with his NBA career. 21 points, 8 assists. Honestly, these numbers are very similar to his last 6 years. His teammates must have just gotten a little bit better in Glenn Rice, Alvin Wood. Charlotte is now an Eastern Conference team, although they were in the Western Conference last year. That's pretty cool. I love that the eras changes with time. Robert Williams is a 5th seed, and Luka actually missed the playoffs this year for, I believe, the first time in a long time. Don't tell me that Jacob is going to go out here. Oh my god. So not only does Trey Young finally get the 1st seed and lose in the very first round to an 8th seed, but that means we're getting Ransom versus Jacob Linsanity here in the 2nd round. Our 2 players from, well, the community, from the channel. Like I said, if you want to be in these videos, join the Discord. You could be a future NBA Hall of Famer in simulation. The Clippers get eliminated. The Hornets are up 3-2. Maybe Jacob has this in the bag. I'm going to go ahead, just simulate the whole year, and the Lakers win an NBA championship. James Worthy is your finals MVP. It's been a while since they've been in the finals, so you love to see it. Magic Johnson, James Worthy, look at that. I will say, though, it's very weird to see that Kevin McHale joined the 76ers. Only in 2K would Scottie Pippen have the same amount of MVPs as Michael Jordan. Look at that. Scottie, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. By the way, if you haven't noticed, we are in 1992, which is the start of the Jordan era in 2K, and at the very start of the Jordan era, we get Scottie Pippen as the MVP. Ransom and Luka make the All-NBA first team this year. Luka averaged 27, 8, and 7. That's crazy. Ransom, dude, you're putting up some crazy numbers. And at the age of 27, Jacob also makes an All-NBA third team, but we've yet to see Trey Young on anything. Now, Robert Williams is slowly digressing already. He's 27. His prime is pretty much over. 20 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. His career's not over per se. He's not putting up any bad numbers, any awful numbers, but he's still not amazing. Every single player made the playoffs this year. Once again, we got a 1st seed and an 8th seed matchup between the Nets and the Charlotte Hornets. Every single series with everyone in it is a 2-2 series. Nah, we're in the first round. We don't need to watch the first round game, simulate through game. The Clippers get eliminated, Bullets get eliminated. Shockingly, Trey Young is moving on to the next round. I thought he was going to be the guy who got eliminated and we'd see Luka and them move on, but no, now he's going to the conference finals. Trey Young, this is probably where your miracle run ends. I mean, you're the 1st seed, so it's not really a miracle run, but you're going up against Isaiah Thomas, Bill Laimbeer, and Ransom. So listen, if you win the series, I'll be impressed, but it's definitely not happening. Detroit's already up 3-0. Yeah, you got... Oh, he didn't get swept. He did not want to get swept. He's coming back. Oh, never mind. Detroit wins in 6. There you have it. Lakers end up winning in 5. James Worthy, back-to-back finals MVPs, I believe. I was correct. James Worthy at 31 wins his 2nd NBA championship and his 2nd finals MVP. Speaking of James Worthy, if you guys were in the stream when we made a couple players for future videos, Ransom's player DNA is actually a young James Worthy. When you think about it, you got James Worthy versus James Worthy in the NBA finals, and the real James Worthy was proven to be worthy of being called James Worthy. There was a lot of worthies in that sentence. I sound like Thor giving a speech about the hammer. Michael Jordan said, "Move over, Scotty. This is my era, not yours. You had 1 year, but I'm back." MVP, Michael Jordan. Shaq, Rookie of the Year. Of course, he's always really good in 2K. Jay Humphries, 6th Man of the Year. Hakeem wins Defensive Player of the Year. I don't assume he's going to win that much longer now that Shaq is in the league. Trey Young, proves me wrong, has a bounce-back season. 29 points, 8 assists, and a steal. And guys, he finally made an All-NBA team. This time he was on All-NBA 2nd team. You love to see it, but no Luka. That's crazy that there's no Luka. Luka's usually really OP. Trey Young, he did break his finger. Also, by the way, I'm pretty sure they all signed extensions. Trey Young has another 5 years. Luka has another 5 years. Robert Williams didn't re-sign, though, so he might be leaving the Clippers. They got Kevin McHale now. That's strange. Robert Williams did not make playoffs this year, but both Luka and Trey Young did, so we're gonna go ahead, simulate the okay, never mind. New Jersey's out instantly. Come on, Trey. To be fair, Trey Young is injured, so I guess that excuses the reason he lost in the first round, but Luka, you got no excuses. Comes back, wins in 7. Now they're facing Charlotte. Luka, all you gotta do is beat Charlotte, beat the Hornets, beat Jacob. I assume he's still there. Oh man, they almost swept, but Luka said, "No way, Jose." Oh my god. Luka might come back down 3-0. It's a 3-3 series. Luka's actually injured. Wait a minute. What is happening? No way Luka just gonna come down 3-0 while being injured. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, no, the Hornets, pack up your whole franchise. You're telling me Luka has a hyperextended right knee, just scored 13, 8, and 12, shooting 4 for 12, so he didn't shoot the greatest, but you're telling me this guy hyperextended his knee, still played in the playoffs, and came back down 3-0? Jacob really just blew a 3-0 lead to a injured Luka. Jacob really just blew a 3-0 lead to Luka. He's never living that down. I know that's not actually him, but I'm gonna make fun of him in Discord all day, all night, all long. Bullets are up 2-1 against the San Antonio Spurs. Tied series right here. Spurs don't come back. Oh my god, game 7. Luka is making everything not difficult in this video, but exciting, because anything could happen right now. He already came back down 3-0, and now we're in game 7 of the NBA Finals. He's playing against the Spurs. I was gonna say it's a fairly close game, but they pulled away, and Luka is once again an NBA champion. Luka was injured and still won a championship. He won Finals MVP after not being on an All-NBA team. He was in the 1st seed. He had one hell of a battle to get here, going to 5 with the Pacers, 7 with Philly, 7 with Charlotte. By the way, came back down 3-0 if you don't remember 20 seconds ago, and then went to a game 7 with the Spurs and won the championship. Luka just had one of the craziest playoff runs I've ever seen while doing these videos. For a team with the GOAT and David Robinson, who've both won MVPs, I don't know how the Kings suck so bad. Luka is on the All-NBA 2nd team after having a crazy season last year. 24 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Once again, no Trey Young, no Rob Will. They are still good players. They're just not making All-NBA teams. Trey Young, 22 points, 6 assists this season. Robert Williams almost averaged a double-double this season, was very close, and almost had 2 blocks a game. So like I said, not awful numbers, just not all NBA numbers. Luka, last year you had a crazy playoff run. Let's see if it continues as you move on to the 2nd round. I'm confident. You know what? Simulate the whole yeah, Luka, back to back. You know what? Luka, after this video, you're winning me over. I said at the beginning, I hate Luka, not a fan. Man, after these playoff runs that he's having, these back-to-back years, he wins back-to-back championships, back-to-back finals MVPs. Not only did he win another championship, championship, he won it going against Chris Mullin and Shaquille O'Neal. That duo is basically a Kobe Bryant who can't dunk and is very white. Listen, Shaq, you don't need Kobe. You got Chris Mullin, but obviously it's not enough. They lose in 6 to Luka. Luka's just too good. Goodbye, David Third Kill. That's a weird name. David Robinson said he was sick of playing with Michael Jordan. He leaves them, goes to Golden State, wins his second MVP. Second MVP in a row, that is. He won it back in 91. This is now his third MVP, second one in a row. You know what I'm saying. Jason Kidd, Rookie of the Year. Wait a minute. David Robinson left MJ to pair up with a young Jason Kidd. That's a filthy duo. That duo is actually really scary. I'm not gonna lie. Luka, All-NBA first team. This year, his numbers skyrocketed. 32 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Probably one of his best seasons he's had so far. Gonna simulate a round. New Jersey loses in 5 to the New York Knicks. Man, Trey Young, you are struggling. He only averaged 20 this year. I mean, most of his years he's averaged 20, but in the playoffs, he only had 18 a game. It's okay, though. Luka moves on to the second round. He actually upset the Pacers, who were the second seed. I'm gonna just go ahead, simulate a round, see if he can make it past the Bucks, and he doesn't. So here we go. Simulate the playoffs, and the Bucks are your NBA champions. Sean Kemp, Finals MVP. That's actually kind of cool to see. I haven't seen Sean Kemp be super great in simulation before, but look at these numbers just continuing to go up and become a good guy. Good guy, good player, same idea. You know what it is. He smokes a lot of weed. He's literally the Snoop Dogg of the NBA. I don't know whether I should reference Eric Bischoff saying he's back or Michael Jordan saying I'm back, but either way, Luka is back in the MVP. 31 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1 steals. Look at him. He's acting like he never fell off. I mean, really, he didn't fall off, but he's back winning MVPs. No more for David Robinson. KG's on the Hawks. 6th man of the year's Calbert. No one cares. Clippers still not in the playoffs. Washington is your 2nd seed. New Jersey is your 4th seed. Let's go look at the... Oh my, they got Grant Hill. 2nd year Grant Hill is on the Nets now. 31 points a game. Good for him. Trey Young, what do you got? 23, 7. Listen, your numbers are going back up. Trey Young just has to play with another really good player and he'll be decent. Robert only averaged 16 points these last 2 seasons. 7 and 8 rebounds, so he's still playing his role. 2 blocks. First round, here we go. We're gonna simulate both teams make it on to the second round. You love to see it. Can we get them to match up in the conference finals? No, the Bullets choked. No, the Nets choked. Neither of them move on. That is so unfortunate. Trailblazers are your NBA champion. Shaquille O'Neal Finals MVP. I'm actually kind of sad. I wanted to see Luka versus Trey Young in the conference finals. Larry Bird retires as a king. Jason Kidd is your 1997 MVP. Rookie of the Year is Sharif, which I think that means... Oh man, if Sharif is on the Mavericks, him and Hakeem is a scary duo. Penny is 6th man. None of our 2018 players made any teams, so here's the stats. Luka had 26, 9, and 5. Trey Young got traded. I'm just now finding out that Trey Young is no longer on the Nets. I gotta go figure out where he went, but hey, Rob Williams has really fallen off. His career's pretty much over. 12 points, 8 rebounds. Him and Steve Nash, what a duo. Well, Trey Young is the first player to leave his team he started on, and that's because he got traded for Nick Van Exel. Now, being traded is not always a bad thing, especially when you get traded to a team with David Robinson and MVP Jason Kidd. I'm gonna go ahead and simulate the very first round. Of course, though, as soon as Trey Young leaves, the New Jersey Nets do good. So Trey Young got traded and is the only player to make the playoffs this year out of all of our 2018 guys, and he doesn't even make it that far. Trailblazers are your champions once again. Shaq, Finals MVP. Magic Johnson is retiring as a Boston Celtic. That is the most cursed sentence I could say in this video. This year, Luka was the first seed. He averaged 23 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Not the best numbers. And when I say not the best numbers, it's because it's Luka. Luka averages 40 in current day. Robert Williams is falling out of the rotation over for the Clippers. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. Still good numbers. And Trey Young dropped to 18 points a season this year. They're all 33, so they're getting a little bit older and they're getting a little bit worse, but I didn't expect anyone to fall off like this. And the Wizards are in the finals. Wait a minute. Never mind. There's no such thing as falling off. We got the Kings taking on the Wizards. MJ isn't on the King. Wait, who do the Kings have? The Kings have nobody besides Mitch Richmond and D Brown. There's no way this team beats us. Luka, don't choke it, man. 2-2, 3-2. Win another tie. There you go. Luka is your Finals MVP, averaging a 23-point triple-double. So I went to check to see how Robert Williams was doing this season, and he's actually not on a roster. He's 34 years old. I think his career is practically over if he still hasn't got signed. So, gonna go over his career numbers real quick. 17 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks over the course of his career. 3-time NBA champion, 1-time All-Star, and 1-time Most Improved approved. I don't know if that's enough to be a Hall of Famer, so let me know down in the comments below. Do you think Robert Williams in this simulation is a Hall of Famer? 23 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Okay, those are good numbers. That makes sense. Simulate round. Are any of them in, I don't even think any of one's in the, oh no, Golden State is. Golden State and the Wizards are actually both in playoffs. Here we go. Luka, how are you gonna do? Are we gonna get Luka versus Trae? Oh, please, 2K gods, Ronnie, Mike Wang. Who do I have to pray to? Okay, I didn't pray to the right people. Unfortunately, we don't get to see Golden State versus the Wizards in the finals, but we do get to see Luka versus Steve Smith. Yeah, everyone wanted to watch that matchup. Just kidding. Nobody wanted to watch that matchup. The Kings don't want to watch that matchup, and that's why they just swept Luka. Joe Smith. Oh my god, it's Joe Smith. Shout out to Joe Smith. Everybody loves Joe Smith. Joe Smith is your finals MVP. Trey Young is a 35-year-old man now, only a 75 overall. He only averaged about 14 points last season. So just like Robert Williams, I'm going to go over his career real quick. 22 points, 6 assists, 1 steal, and no blocks. So honestly, a pretty weak career from Trey Young. He didn't win a single MVP. He was a 7-time All-Star, a 1-time second-team All-NBA, and a 1-time first-team All-Rookie. And because I am God and Trey Young isn't that good, I am trading him to go team up with Luka. Mark Jackson for Trey Young, straight up. What a great trade. Perfectly even. So now Trey Young is on the Wizards, and I actually didn't notice this until just now, but Robert Williams just got a 4-year contract with them. Now, obviously, Luka has the most accolades. He's had the best career, but now all 3 of them, they're on the same team. Let's see how all 3 of them do on the same team. This is probably their last season in the league, maybe 1 or 2 more seasons after this, but they're all pretty bad now besides Luka. Kevin Garnett is a Laker and an MVP. That's terrifying. Everything else don't really matter. Tracy McGrady, most improved. Good for you. Luka averaged 22, 7, and 6. Not the greatest season. Trey Young, he barely played. He had 15 points, though. Good for Trey Young. He comes to Washington. He's pretty good. Rob Will, 9 and 5. They are the 8th seed, so probably not making a finals appearance or a championship. Yep, no, they're out in the first round. The Atlanta Hawks won an NBA championship, and Joe Smith is your finals MVP. He just won a title in Sacramento. Now he wins a title in Atlanta. Charles Barkley and Alonzo Mourning are on this team. Man, this team is strange. Charles Barkley's still around doing good things. Jacob Linsanity does retire. 21 points and 8 rebounds on his career. Not a bad career. He was a 12-time All-Star, 1-time third-team All-NBA. Other than that, no championships, no MVPs. And Rob Will, I was not expecting this, but Robert Williams is also retiring. We looked at his numbers a couple of years ago. He only averaged 9 and 5 this year, so not much of a change. Big Diesel, the Aristotle, Superman. Yeah, Shaq. Hey, shout out to MVP Shaq. You can get his emerald if you buy a pizza. The worst 2K deal of all time. The Wizards are the 6th seed. Trey Young is still there. Luka's still there. Luka only averaged about 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists this year. Trey Young, in the regular season, he averaged about 12 points, 4 assists. Like I said, that's a good bench player, but he's not Trey Young. And the Wizards losing 7 to the New York Knicks. I think that's the last time we see these guys in the playoffs. Your finals MVP is Tim Duncan for the Nuggets. Trey Young retires. That's the end of an era right there. So now we just have to wait on Luka, Hakeem, John Stockton, Jordan. Luka is now 36 years old. He is still on the Wizards. Jason Kidd wins MVP for the New Jersey Nets, the same team he played for in real life. I love the look of those jerseys, by the way. Gilbert Arenas wins your Rookie of the Year for the Memphis Grizzlies. Thank God Luka's getting close to retirement soon, because I don't want to deal with Gilbert Arenas. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Gilbert Arenas is OP in 2K, and somehow this Wizards team was the 2nd seed. Just when I thought Luka's career was over, he proves that he is still kicking around. At this point, he's practically Michael Jordan. Old dude, good at basketball, playing for the Washington Wizards with the really cool Wizards logo. Yeah, he's basically foreign Jordan. That should be his nickname. I need the streets. Listen, everyone on here, every time you talk about Luka, if you're watching this video, start calling him the foreign Jordan. It like kind of rhymes, but not. And also they're going to the final. Never mind, the Celtics. All right, Boston. Cool. Way to ruin the fun. How are you the 5th seed and winning a championship? I don't know. Oh, it's because you got Allen Iverson. Hey, shout out to AI. He gets a championship. Bob Surratt, Lamar Odom, Peja. Oh, of course that team won a championship. What a loaded Celtics team. Is he going to retire? We're about to find... No, he's not retiring. He's still going. He's going to be 42 by the end of this video. I swear to God, 2K, if you make Luka not retire till 43, I'm going to come and find you and I'm going to slap you with a week-old cheese pizza. Luka has played through the Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird era, the Jordan era, and now we're in the Kobe era. So, Luka, you need to... You're old. You're old. You're too old. old. You're 37 years old. You're only an 81 overall. It is time to go home. I don't know what they do in Slovenia, but you need to go retire, pull a Thanos, start a beautiful farm, and just relax. You don't need to play basketball anymore, big dog. Sharif took what he learned from playing with Hakeem and used it to become MVP. Good for you, Sharif. Anybody else? Anything interesting? No, not at all. Don't care. Wizards, second seed once again. Are they going to lose in the third round? Most likely. Did I just call it the third round and not the conference finals? Yes, I'm an idiot. This time, though, they lose in the second round. It's fine. Indiana, you're also going to lose. Oh my god, is that the Sonics? Seattle Supersonics, New York Knicks. Let's go. Sonics win in 7. Jerry Stackhouse, of all people, is your finals MVP. Luka only averaged 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists this year. Once again, those are still really good, like, numbers for a bench player, but Luka doesn't want to be a bench player as he finally retires. So does Ransom, by the way. I want to look at his career. Luka retires at the age of 38. He played 19 years in the NBA. 24 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1.3 steals throughout his career, shooting 500, 400, and 800. He is a 3-time champion, a 3-time MVP, 12-time All-Star, 7-time first-team All-NBA, 3-time second-team All-NBA, and 1-time third-team All-NBA player. I'd say Luka had a really good career. That's pretty similar to what he does in a regular 2K. Now, Ransom, it says he played for 31 years pro. I don't know how he got drafted as a 5-year-old, but he's been playing since he came out the womb. He retires on the Kings after playing with Houston, Detroit, and finally, obviously, Sacramento. 22 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, almost a block, and pretty decent shooting splits. Honestly, he might have had a better career than Luka. Never mind, I'm lying. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know basketball. It was close, though. Ransom had a really good career. This is the first time he's been featured in a video, and we've actually got to see his player play out. Shout out to the pink mohawk. What a trendsetter. That's going to do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Appreciate you watching. As always, been your boy, Little Codeine. Peace out.